Right. So set 4. This is actually a easy question, easy problem if you're able to read it and go through it. So we have 5 people and 5 games that they play, and each person always says a truth or always says a lie. Typically, in your case, there is in such questions there is an alternator, but this question does not have an alternator. That makes it easier. So let's take a look at what the statements are. So there are these 5 statements made. So let's make a table based on these on this information. So first, let me write down. So we have the case. Yes. So we have A, B, C, D, E, and the games they can play are cricket, badminton, tennis, squash, wrestling. Okay. Now let's start with the case where Attu is a truth teller. So I will take the case where this guy tells a truth. Now, if Attu is saying the truth, then look at what is B saying. B says Attu is lying. So obviously, according to our assumption, Attu is a liar. Therefore, now C becomes also a liar because C says B is truth, but we assume that A is true, therefore B is liar, hence C will also be a liar. Now D says A is right, so D is a truth teller. Now let's fix the table based on this because E says exactly 2 amongst us are liars. Now we already got 2 liars, but we don't know whether E is saying the truth or not. If he's saying the truth, then 2 liars are done, so he has to be a truth teller. If he's saying a false or a lie, then there are 3 liars, including himself, and obviously his statement that there are 2 liars is wrong. So first, let's write down what is there in front of us based on the information that we have. So it's basically ticks and crosses. Chattu plays cricket. So basically Attu says Battu or Chattu plays cricket. So cricket is not played by anybody else. Cricket is not played by anybody else. Then Battu says Attu is lying. Dattu does not play badminton. Because he is lying, it means Battu has to play badminton. So Battu is playing badminton. So badminton cannot be played by anybody else. Okay. Sorry, not Battu. Dattu. That is my bad. That is Dattu. D. So D does not play badminton. So we have to say D is playing badminton. So badminton, this thing also has to be erased. Yes, so D is playing badminton. So this would be yes. So these will be gone. And Chattu says, C says, E is into wrestling. So E is not into wrestling. And D says, Attu is right. Either A or C plays squash. So squash is played by A or C, which means B is not playing squash, E is not playing squash. Therefore, E has to play tennis. So this is gone. Okay, now we still don't know who's playing what because A, B and C are kept open for us. Wrestling is also open for us. So we have all these possibilities. Now, let's take a look at the case. Now, if you look at Ettu says Dattu does not play tennis. Now, D is not playing tennis. You can see that. And which means, according to assumption, this is the case where E is also a truth teller. So, what is it that we are getting? We are getting that this guy is a truth, liar, truth, and truth. This is the first case. Let us take the second case. So I will write A, B, C, D, E again. Then cricket, badminton, tennis, squash, and wrestling. So let us take the second case where I say that this guy is a liar. So if the first guy is a liar, then according to our assumption, so this is the first case is done. Now the first guy is a liar. If he is a liar, then B says A is lying. So that is the correct statement. So this should be truth. Based on that, C will also become a truth teller. Therefore, D becomes a liar again. D becomes a liar. Why? Because we are basically saying that D says A is right and we assumed A to be a liar. Based on this, you will get exactly 2 among us are liars. Again, we don't know what is E. E could be true or false. So let's go ahead and write this down. So based on our assumption, we get liar, truth, liar, and we don't know about this as of now. Now, based on this, if I say person A says either B or C play cricket, which means B and C do not play cricket. So cricket is not played by B and C. Now B says Dattu does not play badminton. So Dattu does not play badminton. Then the next person says it too is into wrestling. So E is into wrestling. So this is taken care of. Now Et2 says, now problem with Et2 is we don't have anything to check. Et2 says Dat2 does not play tennis, and as of now, what is D doing? We don't know. You can see tennis, we don't know what is Dat2 is doing. So unlike the previous case, we cannot confirm what is happening here. So this will give us two more possibilities. The possibility would be that the last guy is actually a truth teller is one case, and the second case is everything else is the same and the last guy is a liar. So we have to look at both the cases, C, D, E, and I'll write cricket, badminton, tennis, squash, and wrestling. Now nothing else changes till here. Everything else is the same. But based on the last statement, we'll have to change the two tables. So, right? So we have two more cases. So totally we have three cases. Exactly two amongst us are liars. So if I take the first case here, this is the case, that is this case. Then I am saying that E is actually a truth teller, in which case Dattu does not play tennis. So Dattu does not play tennis comes here. And the second case is where E is a liar, which means D does not play tennis is incorrect. So D has to play tennis. So D plays tennis is correct. So then I will fill this up. So these are the possibilities for me. I can't fill anything more than this. Let's go ahead and take a look at the questions. The first question says, who is definitely a truth teller? Now, if you look at it, A can be truth teller or liar. Similarly, B can be liar or truth teller. In fact, there is no confirmation for anybody. We have all the three cases in which everybody can be anything. Hence, the correct answer is option D, none of the above. We will say that the correct answer is D, none of the above. Right? That is the case. Next question is, if Dattu is a truth teller, then which game does he play? So we know we are given a case where D is a truth teller. So if you go back to our tables, look at the case where D is a truth teller. So which case is where D is a truth teller? So D is a truth teller is this case. If this is the case, what game is he playing? He is playing badminton. Very clearly we can see that he is playing the game of badminton here. So that's your answer for the next question. Again, once you get these three tables, it becomes quite easy for us. So the next question, basically question number 18 is badminton. This is done. Last two. The next question, if B is a liar, then how many people can we surely tell about the game they play? So let's take the case where B is a liar. So which case is it? So if you go back to the table here, we are looking at the case where B is a liar. So B is a liar. So B is a liar is only in this case once again. Now, if you know B is a liar, confirmedly games are mapped to two people, D and E. So only two people's games are known in the first case. That is your answer. Straight away, the answer will become 2. So in this case, the answer is 2. And finally, the last question, if B plays squash, then how many different games can C possibly play? So B is playing squash. Let's take a look at it. Let's take the case where B plays squash. Where can it be? B is playing squash, not the first table. B can play squash in the other two cases. So if B is playing squash, let me take both the cases. So B is playing squash here and B is playing squash here. So I will put out the others accordingly. And let me see if I can fill anything else. Yes, I can fill this. So this will be gone. Similarly, is there anything else which I can fill? Yes, this will be gone. In which case, I'll get this guy. Then where else? Yes. So I have two cases, the middle and the right side tables. Now, how many people can I confirm? I can confirmly talk about E in both the cases. I can confirmly talk about what is the other person? Yes, B in both the cases. Now, if you notice, D you are able to talk, but there are two different possibilities for D. D can be cricket in the middle case and D can be tennis in the third case. But we don't know which of these two is correct. But if you look at B and E, irrespective of the cases, their games are same. Because B is squash, whereas E is wrestling in both. And A and B we still don't know. While D, there are two possibilities, we don't know which of them is correct. Hence, again, the answer will be 2 for the last question. Okay, so the answer is 2. Right, so that brings us to the end of this particular mock. It was not really difficult. As I mentioned earlier, you could have answered anywhere between 9 to 10 questions if you have kept your cool and not panicked at getting 1 or 2 hard sets in the beginning. Thank you, friends. See you in the next mock.